What up?
Yay!
What is good, everybody? Welcome to the ACS Universe. It is Fire Fridays, man. So,
Oh, my arms hurt. I just got done working out.
Oh, nice. Yo, the arm soreness from working out is very fire.
Yes.
Like I love it, man. I don't know why, but
that is one of the better feelings because like you accomplish something and you're just like,
yeah, it's like, yo, I fucking put my body through the ringer. Let's go. Yeah, no, I think.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, it's going to be probably worse when you wake up in the morning and you're going to be like, oh, man. That's the worst one. Get a good leg workout in, bro. Not the very next morning, but the day after. Woo!
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to ACS Universe. Like I said, it's Fire Fridays. Let's see. No customers in the house. He said, yo, what up? Hope you had a great week. Yeah, man. Had a pretty good week, man. Appreciate you stopping through. Yes, we got a few things to talk about. I mean, if you saw the thumbnail, obviously, you know, Henry's back. We're going to talk about that.
Is that the Black Adam and the Throne figure, McFarlane, that I see there?
Yes.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, I have to. I didn't even know that existed, honestly, until last weekend. Scott McClellan sent me, he sent this link, and I was like, what is this? And I looked at it, and I was like, so if you, last weekend, and it was for like a 24-hour period or something, if you spent $50 in the McFarlane store, you got that for free. But I had most of everything that they had to offer, so it was $20. I just bought it.
Yeah,
I just ordered. It was $20, so it was the same price as you know, the regular price of the figures. So I was like,
whereas Scott's like $50. That's just a good 20 minutes.
Scott, yeah. So I the stuff that they have, I was like, I got most of that. I'll just, it's $20 because I thought it was gonna be more. Now I pulled up and pulled up like what people had done with theirs to see how they posed them or whatever. Mine, it looks pretty good. The figure doesn't sit in the seat right, man. His legs are just like weird. It's just, so I did the best that I could with it. It looks cool. It looks like he's just sitting on a throne, but I was going for a pose.
He's doing the man spread.
Yeah. I was going for the pose, you know, the fucking the Ross pose is what I was going for. It didn't work. So I went with just a pose I saw online, but I was like, it's $20. I said, no, I'll just order that. But I didn't know they were going to offer that at all. Like when they rolled out the Black Adam McFarlane figure stuff, like I didn't see that one in there at all. So I was like, yo, what? They got a throne with it? It's dope though, man. It's dope. But shouts out to Scott for sending me that shit because I didn't know that was even out there. Let's see, Hunter, you said, I have a question. Do you think we'll get Superboy and Power Girl with Superman and Supergirl Man Steel 2? I don't know.
I'd be shocked.
Yeah, that's a big question, man. As we are easing into this new era that's happening with the DC stuff, but
because the hierarchy of power in the DC universe has absolutely changed.
It is, yes. And we're gonna let me get
in a different way than I think Dwayne Johnson anticipated.
I think the hierarchy change is one that literally nobody saw coming. I think a lot of people.
Yes.
I think a lot of people were kind of under the assumption that Mike DeLuca was going to wind up being the head of DC, and no, it's a no.
Let me see.
Say nope.
Let's see, what is this? I'm trying to find some background music just to throw on as we let me put this down a bit.
Go down real quick.
Yeah, you know, StreamYard does that. You ever notice that? What music or clips you drop, it's like it'll start like, and then it'd be like, yeah, let's go with that for just a little bit anyway. But yeah, man. There's a couple things. Hold up, I did want to bring this up. I did tweet about this earlier this week. I just thought it was an absolute fire thing to see. Whoever put the work in to get this made, put a lot of work into this. So let's just make it feel like Christmas is getting near by watching Hans Gruber fall off the Nakatomi Plaza for 25 straight days. I thought this was dope, man. I'm a big Die Hard fan, you know, and this is absolutely incredible. Let's see if I can get this picture. Let's see. You want to load? Yeah. So there you have it. You know, you got Hans Gruber. His pose when he fell out or whatever, and he have the plaza there and everything. Looks like they put it on his look. It's not a mouse pad, but it looks like a mouse pad down there at the bottom. But I thought this was pretty dope, man. Like that's there's a lot of obviously there's like Halloween ones and Christmas ones that you or Thanksgiving ones like calendars where like you can move things about to get ready for as this date approaches. And I thought this one was pretty cool, man. I would absolutely love to have that though.
Yeah, my family has had a lot of stuff like that over the past few years, like those kind of Christmas counters.
Mm-hmm.
Those are
it's. I thought that was dope, and I was like, "Yo, I'm a diehard." I'm gonna look into trying to see if I can acquire. It looks almost handmade and shit, man. Like everything looks cut out, like with hand cut out, like jigsaws or something like that. So like I don't know. You know what? Let's see. Let's see how much. Oh, $30? What?
Wow.
What? That is not bad at all. I hadn't clicked on the link. I just saw the picture was so like blown away by it, but that's pretty dope, man.
So they give the option of like a colored version or just a wood colored version?
Let's see. They got.
I'd also be tempted with the wood colored version.
Yeah. I mean, you could paint it yourself, and this one's painted. Yeah.
Oh.
With the Christmas tree ornament. Yo,
nice.
Let's go.
Wow.
That is pretty dope, man. That's dope. So, hey, yo, as you can see here, all you diehard fans out there, if you'd like to have that countdown, it starts from December 1st on down to Christmas Day itself, and one of the fire Christmas. Yes, it's a Christmas movie.
It's absolutely a Christmas movie.
Fight me. No, I'm just playing. Hey, if you don't think it's a Christmas movie, that's cool. I always had, ever since the first time I saw it, I was like, it's July, but
it's not a Christmas movie.
I heard it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas at the end. So let's go.
What is that, Phil?
What's not a Christmas movie?
What's that?
Avatar or Avatar: The Way of Water.
I don't think that's that hard of a debate. I mean, nothing Christmassy about it.
No, I don't care if the aliens are blue.
He says, I will wait to see what they can produce. Okay, I got you on that. He says, yo, ACS, who would your villain be for Man of Steel 2, Battella or Brainiac?
I'm going to put it right now. It's fucking Brainiac. It better be fucking Brainiac.
I mean, Henry Cavill himself has wanted Brainiac. So
yes, I am a fan of both of those characters, Battella and Brainiac. I think the grandiose that Brainiac brings, and look, for people who, if you never watch Krypton, personally, that show was absolute fire.
Yeah.
I thought that Brainiac was fire in the show. So, like, he is, and look, that show was a lower budget, lower type of things that came with it. So it was not like, but in a movie form, Brainiac is grandiose to the point where, like, yo, this dude can control the, whoever they get to play, if they get somebody to play him that's like, has that thing, that whoever that is can command the screen when they step on. So, I'd say Brainiac for both of those characters. Metallo's also is fire as well, man.
Yeah.
And RJ, that $30 ain't bad at all. That shit is fucking nice. I love it. Let's see. Chuck says, "What's up, guys? Here we come back with a new film. If they were to cast Jimmy Olsen, would that disrupt what was happening?"
No.
Yeah. You don't think it will?
No, not at all. Because the Jimmy Olsen in Batman vs Superman was a CIA spook. For all we know, that could have just been an alias.
Yes.
Plus, also the name.
That's a good point.
The names Jimmy and Olsen are like, that's a pretty common type of name.
Yeah.
So like,
and you know what? It would also just shut all them fucking whiny Superman fans up. They killed Jimmy Olsen in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
How dare Zack Snyder?
Yeah, that bothered me a bit. Yeah, could be both. I think.
I don't know. It could be.
It could be, but I think we haven't seen Superman his own solo movie in quite a while.
Right.
A decade.
I hate to see him, but just one big villain, and then whenever he comes back again, maybe some more. Yes, why not both? But I would, as me personally, seeing a new film with Henry Cavill as Superman, just one villain, just one main guy that, to sure you can put some lower tier guys. Because for me, as Brainiac and Metallo, those aren't lower tier Superman villains. Those are some. Go ahead.
I think for me, if you wanted to save Brainiac, like say you wanted to do it like a whole full solo Superman trilogy, Man of Steel, either with or notwithstanding, you could easily do like Parasite, right?
Yeah.
Parasite's another fun one. Metallo, Manchester Black would be a fun one too in the Elite, and then maybe Brainiac. RJ points out Livewire. I kind of like that idea. Female villain, you could even throw in Supergirl there too. I mean, considering she's going to be in the Flash, and if all the rumors are believed to be true, you know, Superman and Supergirl are going to coexist alongside each other in the extended universe going forward after the Flash. So if you include Livewire somewhere in there, that'd be a nice foil on that end. I think you could also maybe do a version of Morgan Edge, Mongol. I'd love to see Mongol, but I feel like Mongol could work as either a Superman villain and also a Justice League villain, or even just a Trinity villain, more specifically thinking of the Justice League episode where he had the Black Mercy on Superman and Batman.
Plus, also, they could, you know, do justice to Warworld after what they did to Mongal in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How she was there and then gone. Yeah.
Because of a freaking helicopter crash.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about it in a minute. All right.
We'll talk about the person who made that movie in a minute, I'm sure.
Yes, we will.
Yep.
Let's see. Lethal Weapon 1 is Lethal Weapon 1. Hey, look, man. Look, let me tell you something. When it comes to like movies there's few movies that like when the argument comes out about what, and Die Hard's one of the biggest ones ever. Is it a Christmas movie? Is it because it came out in summer and there's all this stuff? That's probably the one. Die Hard is the one where I would say Christmas movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll probably try to bring up some points to argue my point on it. But the rest of the stuff, I don't know, man. Lethal Weapon 1, yes, it does take some Christmas stuff in there. But Lethal Weapon 2 is my favorite, though. I do like the Lethal Weapon movies. They're absolutely incredible. Let's see. Give me Livewire as a villain in a Superman movie. Why can't we try that? It's gonna be Brainiac, but let's try something unique. Like Phil just said, if they're going for a Man of Steel trilogy, and I hate to say it like this, but not include Man of Steel as the first part of the trilogy, but 3 movies moving forward. Yeah, you can bring a lot of characters in there and lead up to. But Brainiac is such a fire character, just anyway. And the fact that, like, I just love what I've seen from him in Superman and comic books and shit of that nature, like, leading up to it. Let's see.
I mean, I'd also love to see Cyborg Superman at some point.
Yeah, that'd be really dope.
Yeah.
This is pretty good. Pretty good.
I would also love to see, obviously he's not a villain, but I'd love to see Steel at some point. I think that could be really interesting. Like
John Henry Irons.
Yeah, John Henry Irons. Yes. Where, like, when Superman died in BVS, you know, at the same time, like, John Henry Irons started, like, developing his suit because he felt like it was needed, and then Superman comes back, and then later on he teams up with him after he's, you know, decided to help out and do what he can. That'd be kind of a cool story.
There's a part of me that wants to see Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor create the Superboy.
That would be dope.
Yes.
That's. I mean, like, just give me more Jesse.
He's got experience cloning. He made Doomsday, so why the fuck not?
Yeah, let me see more of Jesse for sure. Anyway, it just as Lex, or anything they want to do with him. Let me see more of Jesse as Lex, because I thought that was interesting. And the haters can kiss my ass, because we really didn't see enough of him to be a hater. There's, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't enough of him. You saw him in BVS. We got Zack Snyder's Justice League. And that's pretty much, the thing we got.
Like, we saw the young Lex. Let's see what he has developed into.
Yes, let's see once he's, Once he's.
Y'all want a hot take? I got a hot take for you. Jesse Eisenberg is hands down the best Lex Luthor in a live-action Superman film.
I agree.
Yeah. Hey, pretty close, because you know what? I'm old enough to remember, Gene and then back in the day.
Good old Gene Hackman.
Yeah. And it was dope. But the direction that they went with Jesse was so fucking fire, dude. And it was like, it wasn't just a glaze, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just a glaze over Lex. It was like really deep. You had to like process what this dude was saying and say, I get where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it made sense. It made a lot of sense. And I know a lot of people were hating on him when he got cast and shit. Then the movie came out. A lot of people liked it. Still haters out there. But I think if you could, even just the transition from that to what we got in the credit scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League, that was growth. You know what I'm saying? As a character, like, you know what I'm saying? You could tell he spent time in that place in Arkham and shit, or you know what I'm saying? And like he's learned some stuff, and just the way he talked to Deathstroke and that entire thing was just fire, man.
Oh, absolutely agree.
Yeah, it's Rami Malek he's one of those he's a fire actor. I think he probably can disappear in that role. He disappears in all kinds of roles, but David Whitten from Metallo. What you saying? What question? Did I get it? I don't know. Let's see. I'm really hoping Amy Adams knows. Yes, I 1000% want them back for Lois Lane and Perry. That'd be fire. Typically, Superman two villains. I can see Brainiac being the main villain. For secondary villain has Brainiac versus obstacle play. Could be, man. Brainiac is he's for me kind of Zod level, man. And Zod and Man of Steel, like, you know, he had his people, you know, fail right now, but it was Zod was the main cat, dude. Let's see. Louis Costa Brainiac will still be a great instrumental of a Superman movie first, and then maybe down the road a Justice League movie second. That's how I would do it, but what do I hey man, we're all just speculating at this point. Let's see, Brainiac and Suit this dude, I get why because Brainiac isn't Brainiac isn't like he isn't like Zod. He isn't Brawn. You know what I'm saying? Even though he is to a certain extent, he isn't that dude. He's intellectual. He's smart. He is fucking. I like seeing that shit. And look, like I said earlier, Krypton, I thought they did Brainiac pretty damn good. And hopefully let's see.
Plus, in order to make a character like Superman interesting, you can't just have him fight against a super powerful being every single time. You have to have him face off against foes who are mentally strong as well and outsmart him, make him think.
Yes.
And it just expands what he can do and what kind of story you can tell with him.
Yeah. No, that's 1000% true. But
well, I think like with Brainiac, you know, there's some themes there you can explore in terms of brain versus brawn, humanity, and existence, and what it means to be God as well. I mean, people look at Superman like he's their god, and Brainiac looks at himself as if he's a god because he captures civilizations in little glass bottles and holds them up around himself as if he were god of them, and he absorbs the knowledge of those civilizations as if he understands them in all their full well before decimating their planet.
And also another theme with Brainiac, along with the god complex you're talking about, is the fact that he looks in stories, he looks at beings on different planets and judges their worth based off their productivity and how peaceful their societies are. He doesn't look at intrinsic value, whereas Superman is the opposite. He looks at just the fact that people, because they exist, they have intrinsic value.
Yes.
So there's a conflict of interest.
Well, also, Superman's entire existence in and of itself is a gem to him because of Krypton's no longer existence, right? Like, depending on if they go down the route, I think it's... what's that Jeff Johns story?
Secret Origins?
It's not Secret Origin, but it's got Brainiac in it. He basically he takes Kandor. He takes the bottle city of Kandor, and he's looking for the last Kryptonian, and he finds him.
I think it might just be the story called just Brainiac.
It might be. With Gary Frank on the art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one where he's like pointing at Brainiac, right? Yeah.
That's the one. Yep. Great art.
Oh, yeah.
All the stories. Yeah. But fuck Jeff Johns.
Indeed. That is not a...
No protesting here on that fact.
No. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right. So, with that being said, let's move to the next subject. Got to bring up here. This came out earlier this week, and I'll bring it up right here. This is from the other day, from the 25th, which is a couple days ago. But anyway, this was the initial thing from the Hollywood Reporter that was saying DC shocker. James Gunn, Peter Safran to lead film, TV, and animation division exclusive. Didn't wasn't exclusive for that long because closely after they dropped this, a lot of other people was in on this. So, and you know, the couple things like high regard power DC Universe really is changing. So we can look at that as whatever. Me for Jimmy Olsen? Damn, bro, I don't know how to work a camera, man. I take bad photos, bro.
Joker Austin looks more like Jimmy Olsen than anything.
No, yeah, there you go.
You're welcome.
I don't know how to feel about that because I might be an outlier in this, but as a Superman fan, not a huge fan of the character Jimmy Olsen.
Ruh-roh.
In fact, every time he comes on the page, I'm just like, oh gosh, here's the comic relief again.
Yeah, let me guess. The only time you liked him was when he died in Injustice.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No, I'm not. Not gonna toot my own horn about that, but yeah, you're right. I'm not.
I don't hate Jimmy Olsen. I'm just never seen like the grand appeal and the reason people were like all up in arms that he died. Like, okay, so what?
I think I was I don't think I know. I was a bigger fan of his in the old Christopher Reeves movies than I was once, you know, the newer things came out when you're talking about Superman Returns or whatever. And then like what Zach did with him. I did enjoy what Zach did with him. I enjoyed that entirely just because people got mad. And it's like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, yo, that was cool though. How you did that? That was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just cool. It was just cool. And it made a lot of people mad, which is absolutely funny to me when it comes to that character. But
I love it.
But anyway, like I just brought up here. So look, I'm not gonna read the whole article. Everybody's been talking about it for a few days. Before I hand it over to y'all, I'll just say when the news broke, was not a fan of it by any means. And
just dip.
Did he bow? No, I'll just say I wasn't a fan of the news by any means, and obviously there's a bunch of reasons why. And look, man, I think this is just me personally talking. I think when it comes to James Gunn is and look, this is where it kind of moves farther than just a director. As a director, the only movie that I've liked of his was Guardians of the Galaxy. I felt that movie. I thought it was pretty fucking fire. And then Guardians 2 and a lot of other stuff he did. Wasn't a fan of the Suicide Squad. Got to see it a week earlier than everybody else. Wasn't a fan of it. Not a fan of Peacemaker at all and things of that nature. But I think since this news has hit and there's been a few days to process, one conclusion I came to, and that is, we ain't changing this. This is here to stay. Like, you could be mad, you could be furious, or you could be cool. Like a lot. That's the one thing about this news that dropped. The spectrum on this is so big. I was like, whoa, I haven't seen anything this wide in a long time. We love it. We absolutely fucking hate it. It's just, that spectrum is huge. There's people in the middle. It's like, oh, I'm kind of cool, but it's just a big old thing. Like there's no way. There's no a whole bunch of people agree on this. Let's start a hashtag on a certain date. Get rid of James Gunn. You ain't getting 20 million tweets of that shit. You're gonna get probably maybe 500-600 tweets with that. There's just the spectrum with this decision is so all over the place, and I thought it was so interesting, man. And it's a thing that, like, when the news came out, you can't just take it in on that day. Let's see how it transpires and it moves throughout the week. And like I just said, as it moved throughout the week, it is a big old thing, man. So wherever you stand on it, and like I said, and you can have whatever you want with the history of the stuff that's come out, you know, the pedo stuff and all of that kind of stuff that's come out, and there's a lot of real talk to that shit, man. If you really, you know, like look into it, and the people say, you know, oh, that was he put them tweets out back in the day, and that's cool. But they usually say that when somebody's 22 and they put some foul tweets when they were 14. James Gunn's 50-something years old. He put them foul tweets out when he was 40. Like it's not
30,
like
40, something like that,
yeah. So, and I'm look, that's not taking my thoughts and saying like, oh, it's fucked up.
Well, if I could just chime
in
in regards to that, because like you also have to think not you specifically, but back then when fucking half the world wasn't even on Twitter, and that's a generalization in of itself, because there's only like a very small percentage of people.
No, I
that
get
are
what
on
you're
Twitter,
saying though. I
right?
get what you're saying. The numbers,
So, back then, the amount of people who even saw that, they went, "Oh, ha ha ha! He's the funny fucking writer. He made a really disgusting fucking joke."
Yeah.
That was the thing, and I'm not at all condoning it. Hell, I'm
Right.
guilty of it. When I was like 18, 19, I said a bunch of dumb shit on Twitter on my old account.
We
I'm not
probably
even
all-
gonna fucking lie.
Yeah.
We all went there because it was the internet, and you could fucking say whatever the fuck you wanted, and you fucking felt like you could get away with it. That is not the case now, and it
No.
was not the case in 2018 when Disney was like, "Yo, what the fuck is this? Your ass is canned, bud. Get the fuck out of here!" Right? So then, some investigations happen, et cetera, et cetera. He gets pulled over Warner Brothers, directs Suicide Squad, and Disney's like, "Yeah, we can't really find anybody to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We might have been a little too harsh and quick thought about that."
With that, I think they were like, they let him go and they were like, let's see. Wait, Warner Brothers picked him up. Let's see what people say about that. They didn't say anything bad. Rehire him right now. Like that's literally when he got hired to do the Suicide Squad.
Mm.
The backlash wasn't all bad enough for Disney to be like, we'll keep him on the burner. They were just like, oh, bring him on back. So go ahead, Phil.
But it's like, again, like people say incredibly dumb shit all the time. And I'm absolutely guilty of it. Hell, you can see me arguing with that fucking moron Stesmus, whatever the fuck his name is, over the last couple days because he's been going after Aaron. I don't like that shit. Fuck that shit. That motherfucker. But
he's blocked. I hadn't seen what he said, but I do know of it. Yes, go ahead.
But it's like, when it comes to James Gunn specifically and saying all that shit and having pictures of himself with James Uringer, who is in fact a confirmed sexual assault person of that nature, which really sucks too, because I like mindless self-indulgence. I like their music. I do. But the fact that that dude is an absolute piece of shit and he's cordial with that person, it's tough. And then you also see the pictures of him in a priest gown. He's next to grown women who are dressed like fucking infant baby girls, and it's like, that's not a good look. It's never gonna be a good look, and that's gonna fucking haunt him for the rest of his life, right? The dude is married now. The dude has owned up to the shit. I'm not at all saying it's good. I'm not at all saying he's a fucking awful person. I don't know. I've never met James Gunn, so I can't speak one way or the other. Has he commented? Has he been kind enough to respond to me? Occasionally, yes, he has, and I give him credit for that. And I've criticized a lot of stuff that he's done creatively on the DC side more so than the Marvel side. There's no question about that. Anthony and I saw Suicide Squad a week before it came out. We sat on our thoughts for it, and we both met up that night, and we were like, I feel about this, Chief.
Yeah.
So when it really comes to James Gunn, it really is kind of like, it really kind of boils down to certain aspects of it. Like, how do you feel about him personally, or how do you feel about him as a filmmaker? And when it comes to him now being the head of DC Studios, this is probably going to be real controversial for me. I'm fine with it. I'm not mad. I'm not disappointed. I'm not fucking cheering. I'm just like, let's wait and see. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I think a lot of people are really starting to overlook, and a lot of people are staying butthurt about. That's you, Ryan. And I think that a lot of people are overlooking the fact that this dude got carte blanche to make the Suicide Squad. So it would be extremely hypocritical of him to force his purview and force his perspective and force his jokes and tone on every single movie that they're going to produce going forward into DC films. You want to know why it would be hypocritical? Because that's exactly what the past regimes have been doing the last 7 fucking years.
Yep.
No. That and as I make my way from where I started this discussion, the dude, what this means, look, and I, like I said, I've had days to think about it, and like where I was going with the conversation and talking about the past shit, the tweets and all that shit, is once you get to a certain point, I think that the dude is gonna let directors do what the fuck they want to do, man. Mm-hmm. If you have, and I've heard this from a lot of people, and I agree with it. Some of these directors come in here and they have wild ideas about a DC film. I think he's going to have their backs when it comes to convincing the people who have to fund said projects. That's a good thing. That's, no matter what you think about him, that is That's a good thing, man, because obviously our favorite director, we've seen what happened to him when he wanted to put his directorial thoughts and his point of view out there for a movie. We saw what happened with that. We had to fight tooth and nail to get the true version of his movie released. And so I think he's going to be one of those guys that he's going to let the creators create. And we need somebody like that in there, man. Look, is this me saying that I'm cool with whatever Gunn's done in the past? Nah, man. But at a certain point in time, time travels and time moves. You kind of got to. And look, like I said earlier, nobody's changing this. Right. It doesn't matter what you do. You can hashtag get rid of James Gunn all you want to. That is not going to work like restored or release the Snyder Cut. Let me go ahead and tell you. Because like I said, the spectrum is big. It's not like the whole spectrum is we want Zack Snyder's Justice League. No. In this field we're talking about right now, the opinions are so differing and so like up and down. There's no way that he's going anywhere. So look, you can't. Like I said, there's nothing we can do about this. You might as well try to look at the positives and look. That's one of the things I think is that he'll let the creators create because of the off the wall, the stuff that he makes. That's kind of it's off the wall and it's kind of different. He's going to let people do what they want to do because somebody let him do what he wanted to do with his Suicide Squad movie. While I still don't feel the movie, I think that when directors come in here and they have these ideas for DC properties going forward, he is going to make sure that they're allowed to do what they need to do. And that's...
So have either of you seen Brightburn or The Belko Experiment? Those are two movies that he produced.
I saw Brightburn, yes.
Okay. I haven't seen Brightburn, but I saw The Belko Experiment. That's a movie he produced, and it is fucking nuts. It is pretty crazy. It is insane. It's in the wheelhouse of James Gunn. Basically, people at an office, like they get locked in their office, and it's basically King of the Hill, but in terms of you have to cull the herd, as Deathstroke would say on Titans, and it's King of the Hill. It's the last person standing. It is nuts.
Oh shit! I need to watch that. That's dope.
It's a pretty intense movie. Like it's definitely on that spectrum of Gunn, like in the wheelhouse of say Slither more than Super. But it's
that's the thing. I think Super's fire, dude. I love that movie. Like the first time I saw Super, I was like, man, this is really good. it's a good ass fucking movie. So,
you mean like when now Elliot Page was Ellen Page and she totally did the thing with Rainn Wilson? You like? I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
You know what I mean?
I do. That movie is.
You know what I mean? Yes.
Outside of that movie is.
Yeah. It's.
I wouldn't say.
I think it was like when I saw it, and it's probably been 10 years, but like the first time I saw it, I was just like, yo, this is like, you know what I'm saying? Like I hadn't ever seen anything like that before. And it was really, really interesting and shit. But yeah, that part, okay.
Can live without that.
Yeah.
Just a smidge.
What would you think, Dawson? You got some James Gunn thoughts or what's up?
So I kind of echo some similar thoughts about this. I mean, I'm along with you guys. I mean, I'm a type of person that I can't stand a lot of things that James Gunn has done and said regarding specific stuff like pedophilia and all that stuff. I think that stuff's just an abomination. So like, I'll never say that is a good thing or that it's justified or whatever. Yeah. But I'm also that person that believes in the idea of letting people move past their mistakes if they try to. And so again, I don't know the guy, so I don't know if he's like trying to be better than that or whatever, or if he's just silly, I don't know. But also at the same time, kind of like what you guys were alluding to, James Gunn was brought on to DC and given absolutely free reign to do whatever the heck he wanted. The heck he wanted. And of course, we saw the result in the Suicide Squad. And so, like Phil said, it'd be very hypocritical for him to become the head of DC Studios just to be such a nitpicky, note-giving studio executive that didn't let people do exactly what they wanted, like Jeff Johns. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't see that.
And plus, the guy has been directing in Hollywood for years, and he has experienced firsthand what it's like to be underneath a producer like that. And so I imagine him being in that position, that's the last thing he wants to be, is that guy that he has had to work for decades. So I think as far as allowing people to be creatively free in directing movies, I think it's a good thing. I also think it's a good thing that he at least is someone on good terms with Zack Snyder. They say they're friends, but again, you can't really trust anything people say. So whether it be more close than they say, or even or less close, who knows? But at least they're on decent terms. Mm-hmm. Then also you have the fact that he's voiced interest in wanting to see the Ayer cut and stuff like that. He likes to see creative freedom be expressed, and so for that reason, I think it's okay. I'm kind of like with Phil. I'm not like angry. I'm not like super like ecstatic, like, oh, he's the perfect guy for the job. But I'm just sitting here like, okay, like I'm okay with this right now. Please don't prove me wrong.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. Yeah. And that's pretty much like I said, man, it came out a couple days ago. You get some days you get to reflect on it and kind of, think about it for a bit. And so hope that's my hope as well, is that this ends up being positive for the DC universe going forward with the movies and the shows and things of that nature. So, also, real quick, I did want to ask you guys, the news came out and they were talking about the Green Lantern thing has been reorganized to be a Jon Stewart show. What do y'all think about that, man?
Bring back Wayne T. Carr.
Yes. Yes. You what?
I think
bring him back.
Bring him back.
I think
and
also
the scene.
It also kind of helps that James Gunn is pretty familiar with the DC pantheon. So, at the very least, you've got to imagine that they're gonna cultivate some kind of plan. At least that's the hope, right? Mm-hmm. Like that they would formulate some kind of plan of things that have been built off of. Mm-hmm. I mean, he made a Suicide Squad movie that followed in the footsteps of the first one with a lot of the cast that came back.
And with the freedom of creativity that he was given, he could have easily just completely retconned David Ayer's stuff, and he didn't.
Yeah, he did not. Mm-hmm. He actually kind of built upon it. He gave Rick Flag a more comic accurate look. He put Harley with a bazooka. He unfortunately killed Captain Boomerang, but he made him look comic accurate.
Right. Yeah.
And he fucking killed Rick Flag. I'm still butthurt about that.
Yeah.
But at least we know that he's not going to completely disrespect the creatives that came before him.
And I'll still stand behind my thoughts that they told him, we'll let you do whatever you want with the Suicide Squad. Kill David Ayer's characters. All right, let's move on. I mean, it still flies close. Rick Flag did get killed when it was unnecessary to fucking take him out. And I was like, So that's just my thought, and I'll still have it unless I hear otherwise, like somebody concretes it. No, that's not what happened. But I think he did kill all of David Ayer's characters, except for Harley, because he talking about dollar bills. You can't no. That's all it is right there. Hold on. He says, hey, yo, as far as the people supporting, look, I did want to bring one thing up before we did move on to something. We still haven't heard from The Rock or the Garcias about the decision to bring James Gunn on as a DC head. And it's been a couple days and nobody said anything, which is, I on Andre's show the other night, we were talking about it, and that was my big question. Then the next day, obviously, what we're going to get to in a little bit, we'll watch a little bit of it. Henry Cavill had like a live interview, and
with Josh Horowitz,
and he mentioned it only because my opinion is the only reason he addressed it because he was asked about it. Dude said it and asked him a question. He said, "Yeah, that's cool," and that's it. So I wouldn't take that as Henry's on. Relax.
Yeah.
All he said was, "Oh, that's cool. That was awesome to see," or something along those lines. So, The Rock or the Garcias have not come out yet and said anything about this, which is, and I expressed a little bit of thought the other night that just like, it was just a random, I was just like, maybe they didn't know, because they've been like real live this whole weekend. Obviously Black Adam didn't open this past weekend, but they were live and they were doing all kinds of social media talking about moving forward. We finally got Henry and all of this stuff. All of a sudden this news comes out, crickets from that whole camp.
Right.
So I don't know if maybe they didn't know this was going to happen, because if they knew it was going to happen, I think by now you've heard some kind of something from somebody.
I feel like on some level they might have, at least The Rock might have known, because the only reason I say that is because Peter Safran, the other co-chairman of DC Studios, who's going to handle the financial, business, production budget, et cetera, he is a producer on Shazam. Dwayne Johnson is a producer on Shazam. wow, where was I going with this? Safran is also a producer on Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, and there's a couple other ones under his belt too. The Suicide Squad with Gunn, because they're freaking collaborators, right? I would have to imagine that, you know, with the fact that they threw so much shade at Walter Hamada and the previous regime, that which on some glorious. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
I feel like they knew to some extent they probably might not. It just might not have been their place to say something at the time because the news came out so close after the movie came out.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess the real truth of it would come when someone on a carpet event asks
the question.
Ask Dwayne Johnson specifically. You know, how do you feel about James Gunn essentially being your new collaborative boss?
Yeah, because right now I think they're doing international premieres now. As far as, because I did see on The Rock's Instagram where he was, you know, I can't remember where he was at, but international stuff is going on now as far as Black Adam is concerned. And so, hey, look, man, yeah, he did, but he was asked. I'm talking about because when it came to Jay Oliva, he literally came out. Nobody asked him. He just tweeted out, "Congrats, James Gunn." So, like, where is it come? Why hasn't we seen this type of? Of course, Henry said that he's in front of 1,000 people in the audience, and a dude's asking.
He's not going to sit there saying, "Oh, f that guy."
Yeah, what's he supposed to say? Right. So, that's you say you highly doubt he knows good this when it works for weeks. I'm surprised if he didn't know. Look, man, all of that is fine to say. What I'm saying is these particular people, the Garcias, the Rock, even Henry, even though he's said something about, like, whenever other things have happened in this universe, when it comes to, like, people behind the scenes, they haven't been afraid to just bounce out and say, hey, whatever, or just say something. There's been no word from these camps. So why would they wait? What are you waiting on? What are you waiting on to say, congratulations, James Gunn? What are you waiting on? Tell me what you're waiting on. If they wait till next Tuesday because there's another big announcement or something, then I'll be like, okay, cool, you got me. The same thing I said on Andre's stream the other night. I said, if the next day these guys come out and say congrats, then you got, hey, here you go. But as of yet, nobody said not a thing. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Get the fuck out of here. That's another thing, and we'll talk about when we get to Henry Cavill because we got a couple more things to get to real quick. So let's see what was I here. I had something up. All right, so real quick, I couldn't find it. I saw a few earlier, and then when I tried to pull this up, I couldn't find many. So Wakanda Forever, Marvel Studios' Black Panther Wakanda Forever had its premiere last night. Was it last night? Yes. And so a couple people came out, and I was trying to look at initial reactions. Obviously, the thing hasn't lifted for spoilers or whatever. And it said Quentin Brunson says Wakanda Forever has me pretty speechless, but not in a typical way. I feel like the film asked me to be quiet for a while and earn my thoughts. I think everyone should go see it. I will indeed be seeing that movie when it comes out. This is a lot of, so I was just trying to find some initial reactions from the film. Most of what I seen was pretty positive. There's a couple people who were, and look, I have to go back. Because this is one of the Dawson had a stream a couple years ago. I remember it because Chadwick passed on a Friday, and then Dawson had one of his Saturday streams like he used to do back. And Ryan, come on the show if you watch it. Come on, motherfucker. All right, but Ryan was one of those cast him immediately, recast him right now. And I was like, give the people time to grieve and all of these things of that nature. Now I'm on that same thing. Like I've been on this same thing for probably about a little while now. Now it's time, and I know, like, I'm pretty sure that Kevin Feige and he made a statement recently where they probably regretted saying they weren't going to recast him instead of saying we're going to wait and see. Because I've talked to a couple of dudes who, like, their favorite superhero of all time is T'Challa, and now they're going into this movie feeling like
they'll never see him again. Yes,
exactly. They're like, well, and look, man, like, I give people time to breathe, take it in, then go ahead with it. I thought they probably should have thought about it. I do know one dude that I saw the movie, and his reaction while there was no spoilers, he looked like there's not going to be any kind of hope for a recast of T'Challa. I don't know if that's the thing, but let me bring this back up here. So you can see this is a couple of photos and stuff from the, let's see, the Wakanda Forever cast. This is from Brandon Davis. Denai Guerrero is incredible in action scenes, so good, but also so nuanced with her depth and emotion. Angela Bassett is so powerful with her reworkers. Ramonda Winston Duke is also great. Everybody loves M'Baku. He's pretty dope. A lot of these scenes, a lot of these clips are just like mad spoilers from the movie. I was like, no, what are y'all putting out here? I just want to bring this up just because, you know, they had the little premiere last night. This is interesting. I'm like, damn, bro, you got to wait for the box office returns to get this man another movie. Kevin Feige, when asked about a Namor movie at the Wakanda Forever premiere, depends on this. What?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if a movie that features him for the first time isn't very successful, it doesn't bode well for future appearances. I mean,
yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
Unless he completely just absolutely just destroys and like owns the role.
Yeah. I heard he did, but let's see.
He's one of the reasons I'm like really excited to see it, because I'm really excited to see what they do with that part of the Marvel universe. And the thing with this movie, I don't mean to cut you off, Anthony, but I think the thing with this movie is that when it comes to people reviewing it, there'll be people who will fall into two camps. There'll be the people who look at it through the lens of emotion, which understandably you should, because it's a big theme of the movie, is the passing away of Chadwick Boseman. They're going to integrate that into the MCU. Yeah. There's going to be some people who look at it very objectively and look at it as a movie and judge it just simply based off of its own individual merits. I think there's going to be a lot of conflict about that and a lot of arguments about it.
Yeah.
Because some people go into, right. It's like some people go into it without taking the emotion in consideration. And then if they don't like some elements about the movie, they'll talk about that. They'll say that they either didn't like it or didn't think it was good as it could have been. And then people who will see it through the lens of emotion will be like, oh, how dare you? Like, this is a tribute to Chadwick Boseman. How dare you say anything negative about it? And so I'm kind of anxious to see that conflict that's going to come about. Although I've heard almost nothing but great things about it so far. Yeah. So hopefully it's not as much the case as I fear it may be. But that is definitely something to think about.
Yeah, it is. And that is a 100% fucking good point, because yes, it's a hard thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being Ryan Coogler, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were definitely just given holy shit. You know, and
the most difficult assignment any director could ever have.
Yes,
when you were given with this movie,
and not just if you were just making a movie.
That's hard enough as it is.
Yeah, this is a comic book film with characters that people have been reading for years. So like, you have to like try to And so I think I'm got my tickets. I'm seeing it on the 10th or whatever, and I can't wait. But yeah, I just wanted to just bring it up just a bit. The first one, like I said, I love the first one. I thought the one thing for me that just every time I've seen it afterwards, the CG in the first Black Panther is not good, bro. It is bad. It is cartoony looking. It's all like
the third act specifically. But
man, it is. But the actors, the characters, all of that kind of stuff is fire. It was good to see that. But yes, the CG just doesn't hold up. But I do enjoy the first movie though. I do enjoy it. Still watching it. But with all of this stuff right here that I'm going through, this is Dave showed that shit on his stream last night.
My thing with Black Panther 2, like, I also think it's really good. My thing with Black Panther though is that, like, CGI, like you said, I do think it's a little overrated. It's definitely not Oscar worthy. It's not Oscar worthy, but it was a good movie.
Yeah. So. No. Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
you've got to be freaking kidding me.
You sure? That like this? And look, man. Not that I didn't think it was bomb, but like
that's another level you'd have to reach.
Yeah, I've seen other comic book movies that have really been Oscar worthy, and I've been like,
The Dark Knight, for instance, it wasn't better than The Dark Knight.
Batman.
The Batman, right?
Yeah, the Batman is pretty. And also real quick, I got them to bring it up with, but did y'all see where Warner Brothers, they're pushing 2 Best Actor noms this year for the Oscars? Dude who played Elvis. And
Austin Butler,
Austin Butler and Robert Pattinson for the Batman, man.
I hope Austin Butler wins that one, because even though the movie was kind of hit and miss for me, his performance stole the show in that movie.
It's fucking crazy.
So amazing.
That's the same thing with and look, as much as I love the Queen movie, man, it was alright, but dude, Rami Malek killed that shit.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Killed it.
Austin Butler and Rami Malek joined the ranks of Joaquin Phoenix's performance of Johnny Cash.
Also, and Jamie Foxx's Ray Charles too. Jamie Foxx's Ray Charles was fucking.
That one was dang good.
Yeah. So like I said, look, we look up here and it said that coming in 2 weeks. There's a couple scenes on here. I ain't gonna show them because I don't want to spoil something for season. But yeah, they had the premiere. This is a cool ass pick right here. Suits.
I will say, look, I have nothing against Soups. Anyone else find it funny? Anyone else find it? Well, I mean, yeah, he's over the top. Very much over the top.
I know what you're about to say. I'm just
going to point out some hypocrisy. That guy yells more than anyone ever in trailer reactions and in the theater, and he complained about not being able to hear a song in the credits of the movie. He's like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yes.
Like, dude, have some self-awareness, man.
Here's the thing. The song is dope. The Rihanna song is fire. I listened to it this morning, though. Like, yo, dude, leave the theater. Go open your phone and listen to this. You don't have to hear it. Of course, if you're at a premiere of a movie like Wakanda Forever, what do you think the audience is going to be doing once the credits start rolling?
Right.
It's a premiere. Like, that's what they do.
Like, they're going to be applauding. Like, that makes sense.
Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead.
This motherfucker had the straight audacity to sit there and jump up and down with his fucking phone out in a goddamn movie theater next to that other Superman twit kid on Twitter. And they're sitting there going, oh, Superman, oh, fuck, Superman.
See, what's funny about this is that, like, if it's during a song in the credits and people want to, like, applaud and stuff, I give that a pass. It's the end of the movie. It's a song, right? It's not a scene. But if it's, like, during a movie and during the post-credit scene that you start to make noise and scream your freaking head off, that's just inconsiderate.
And then you turn around and tweet that after the Black Panther.
Right.
It's like, dude, shut the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I've been in theaters where, like, for instance, with No Way Home, right? When the other Spider-Man appear, people start screaming their freaking heads off and you can't hear the dialogue. That pisses me off. Because you go to a theater to, of course, get the theater experience, but it's better audio than your home. It's better screen than your home most of the time. So you want to be able to capture everything you can. And if people are freaking screaming the entire freaking time, you can't hear. You can't understand what's going on. You have to go back, watch it again. And then you finally learn what happened in that scene and you might miss out on something important. And that's, again, it's just inconsiderate. Incredibly inconsiderate. And that's what I thought when I saw that video from Soups when he's like jumping up and down in the theaters. Like, okay, first off, calm down.
See, that's a bit jumping up and down. Okay, I'm sure my showing of No Way Home the first time I saw was the crowd was fucking pumped. It was electric. You know what I'm saying? And look, there was the audience screaming stuff, but jumping up and down, I didn't see none of that in my theater.
No.
So yes, and to y'all's point, if you're gonna be doing that, how the fuck are you gonna complain? And look, when you do finally listen to the song, Dawson, the Rihanna song, it's real slow and it's the kind of song. It's, you know what? And this is, forgive me, it's not a comparison. It hits the credits. If the song indeed plays during the credits, it hits the same way damn it, what's the name of the song? I don't fucking. Amen hits in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh,
it's that kind of song. There's no music except for like pianos and shit. Like, it's a good song.
Right.
So you see what I'm saying? If it hits in the credits like that, I think even when I went to Michigan and saw Zack Snyder's Justice League, you know, with Abdul and Meg and Joey and shit, when the credits hit, everybody was silent. Yeah. Because we knew exactly what the credits mean to the movie. But the song by Rihanna is that same type of quiet, but very, very fucking good song.
And this kind of thing is just a pet peeve of mine in general, like in theaters. Like, for instance, I'm a huge Henry Cavill Superman fan, right? Love the guy, love him as the character, and I think he does a great job. Huge fan. You want to know my reaction to seeing him on screen in Black Adam? I was like, oh, awesome. Yeah. I was excited, but I didn't disrupt everyone else's viewing experience by showing my excitement, because that's inconsiderate. That is not what you do as a civil human being when other people are trying to have a good time, right?
Yeah.
You just don't do that.
The second time I saw Black Adam twice in theater. The first time was pretty quiet. I remember my son, he didn't know. I think I told y'all he didn't know at all. And when Henry showed up, he said, "Holy shit!" Like that was a fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew, but he
like
didn't.
saying something like that. Like that's understandable.
Yeah. It was cool. But yeah, no. I mean, what do you mean? He should have been Asian. Relax, Marcus. Relax, bro. Let's see. Yeah, that's about all I wanted to bring up for. But that with you know, like I said, there's a lot of stuff out there. Just Google the hashtag Wakanda Forever. There's plenty of stuff out there for y'all to see. Whoa, Rihanna, what you doing out here? Woo! Let me take that off.
Calm down, Anthony.
Woo!
Phil has no idea what just happened.
This. Woo! Take it off.
His face.
I'm doing 2 different things here at the same time. Marcus, I'm just gonna say it. Shut the fuck up.
Hey man, Marcus, relax, man. Damn, you got look, man. Hey man, we out here trying to have fun and talk about some stuff, dude. Relax, bro. Damn.
You want to go bitch about shit like that? Go bitch on Reddit. Fuck, dude. Namor should have been Asian. That's like fuck. That's like saying Jimmy Olsen should have been black in Supergirl. Shut the fuck up. Nobody gives a damn.
All right, here we go. Let's
sorry, Anthony.
You're good. You're good. Look, Marcus knows what happened on last Sunday. He just be going crazy. All right. Anyway, let's see. Where is this at? Oh yeah. Here we go. All right. So let's let me make sure I got this ready because here we go.
Drum roll.
God damn it. I messed that up.
Anthony doesn't know technology.
Yeah, no, I do. I
still love technology. I watched him playing Dynamite for the first time in a long time. Back. It's freaking hilarious.
All right, here, I just want to throw this up here. All right, I thought I hadn't said Andor, but anyway. Andor spoiler. So, Andor.
I have been bad at keeping up the past 2 weeks. I'm just going to tell you right now. I don't care if you guys spoil it. I don't care. I'm going to still watch it. So
I watched half of the newest episode because I fell asleep because it was really late.
Oh, okay. I got you. I'm gonna talk about it a bit. This is what I'm about to put up is gonna be pretty spoilery if you didn't see it.
Don't care.
You say you don't care. It is absolutely incredible. Look, my thoughts on Andor. I've talked about it before. The best Star Wars show I've ever seen in my entire life. The aesthetic, the acting, the writing is fire. The look of the show looks better than a lot of the movies that they put out there. And there's no lightsaber fights. There's no star galactic chases or fight scenes or any dog fights in space. It's all political, all like
it's just storytelling.
Yes, it is. So if you didn't see it, this absolutely happened on Andor this past episode. Yeah. It was absolutely so. This conversation, they're talking about the conversation between damn it, how the fuck do I forget? Forrest Whitaker and Skarsgård, as far as their characters go in Andor, right? And it was dope, man. It's probably one of the dopest conversations I've ever seen in my life in a Star Wars whatever. They argued for a bit, and it was 2 great actors just fucking doing their thing. And so that was an amazing day. We had a phone call from Forrest the night before, and he was asking me questions about kyber crystals and backstory. But we did this incredible rehearsal where they just read the scene for the first time and went at it. It says right here, they really went at each other, and there was this incredible tension in the room as they read the scene. I wanted to end on an extreme close-up of Forrest at the end of his rant about all the separatist groups of the Alliance. And I was just like, go crazy with it. And this close-up was one of the best close-ups of my career. Seeing him do that was just absolutely magical. And to have him play opposite a heavyweight like Stellan was a career highlight. Yo, let me tell you, man. This show was absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. I don't know what else I could say about it that would tell you guys. All the rest of the Star Wars shows, yes, I do love The Mandalorian. Book of Boba Fett. But this show, and look, we got Ahsoka coming and a couple of other ones. I did watch the first episode of the Jedi Stories, Fire, the one with Ahsoka. That shit was dope. I did that shit was pretty fucking good, man. But
I saw the first 2.
Did you? I didn't get to see the second. The Andor. Look, if you guys didn't get to see the scene, when you do get to see it, it is tense. It's the best scene in the entire series, and there's been a lot of good scenes in this series. But the conversation between Stellan Skarsgård and Forrest Whitaker is so dope. I was just like, yo, you got these two actors to sit here and talk for 5 minutes, and the camera barely cuts. It just shows each other's faces, and they're just like face to face, probably about this far from each other, discussing some kind of plans. I'm not gonna give that shit away if you ain't seen it, but it's dope, man. It's dope, and I think this is just another notch in Andor's belt as far as being that show when it comes to Star Wars, man. The VFX in this show are like, like I said, they don't have to worry about big starship battles and all this shit or lightsaber battles or anything. It's just when you see VFX, it's the background. It's just little details in the plot of the show that carry the show along. And the way this last episode ended, I was like, God damn, dude, it's dope. So, just to say, man, let's see if it might see it. So it tells that's what. Yeah, I only watched the first episode. I look forward to catching up. Okay, shut up, both of y'all. look. What is this? What is it?
He's a troll.
Yeah, he is. All right, relax, Marcus, before you get tired.
That ain't nothing to be proud of, in my opinion.
Let's see. Yeah. So look. If you haven't seen Andor yet, you're waiting for the first season to be done, and you're like, "Yo, I'm gonna wait," or whatever. Or you feel like Dawson and Phil here, you haven't got quite caught up yet. When you do, it's man, it's absolutely incredible, man. I it's funny because I'm a big Star Wars fan. Obviously, you know that shit, and you know things that have come out recently, as far as like with the shows and stuff. Been digging it pretty much. But this show came out, and look, if you saw, Dawson, you said you're 2 episodes behind?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. There's what happens at the end of the last episode leads directly pretty much into this one, and I can't wait to see how they end this series because so much, like you already knew Andor had been through some shit when you saw him in Rogue One, but like the shit they've been putting him through so far, I'm like, damn, you really went through some shit. Like, no wonder you almost, murked Jen's dad real quick without a question because you've been through some fucking shit. So, I hope when you guys get caught up, and I'm sure once this season, we'll talk about the season in its entirety and what this means for the Star Wars universe. But up until this point, Andor can do no wrong for me, bro. It is.
Yeah, it's really setting the standard for Star Wars TV right
now.
now.
It is, man. It's just like you don't need all of that extra stuff. Just it's so good. Like just the small characters in this show are fire, man.
So I think when you have just a dedicated writer and a dedicated actor who put a lot of their soul into that character, and you have a story that you want to tell, especially with a character like Andor, who obviously perished in Rogue One, but when you have Tony Gilroy going to Diego Luna going, hey, I have this thing, I have this idea of here's how Andor wound up where he did by Rogue One, and then Lucasfilm was like, yeah, let's run with that, right? Like when you have something like that, it's almost like, and I think this is probably the weirdest comparison, but it's almost like Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool in that you have a bottle of lightning idea, and it's only going to be so long before your lightning fizzes out in that bottle. And I think Andor does that on a huge extent for people who are kind of not necessarily tired, but want to see the other side of what Star Wars is about. And I mean, the nitty gritty, the boots on ground, the actual effect that the Empire and, the evil overlords of that universe have on the everyday average folk, not just dealing with the Jedi and dealing with all the, bare bones of the political aspects of it, not seeing how maniacal the Sith are. No, we want to see how this affects everyday people in Star Wars. And I think Andor really scratches that itch for a lot of people. But unfortunately, the other side of that conversation is you have the other diehard fanboys who are like, man, I want some fucking lightsabers in this shit.
Hey, sorry. Sorry, like you know what I mean. As much as what we've gotten as far
I think, I think for me, like I think this show might work better on a binge as opposed to like a weekly thing.
I can agree with that.
Yes, I think it would. Yeah, because it is. I think it's slower. Obviously, we've said that many times before, but I think that's one of the reasons why I dig it so much. And yes, if they had just dropped this, if it was on Netflix, so to say, and it was just like the first season just dropped it one time, I think because I did see like where like some of the ratings for it were like the lowest for Star Wars series on Disney Plus thus far. And it's probably because it's a slower burn, but it's like it's not a slow burn
to a fault.
And what a normal Star Wars show would be slow burning leading up to some big event. This one is just slow, but there's big events that happen throughout the season that are like just like a couple episodes ago, the robbery where they sold those credits. Butt cheeks clenched the entire episode, bro. Like that shit was dope. It was like tense. And you were like, "Oh my god!"
I love that's how you express something being super tense.
Yeah, your butt cheeks tight, man. Hey, man, look, I'll tell you what. Like most of the time, I get off work, I go to the gym, work out, and then like when Andor on Wednesdays, obviously I'm not streaming and stuff, so I'll come home, get my dinner ready, and I'll eat it, and I'll stand in front of my TV in the bedroom, and I'll watch the show. So like if it's really really tense, I'll be fucking doing this and fucking, you know what I mean? Like I'm really legitimately cheeks clenched, bro. You know what I'm saying? Watching it or whatever. Let's see. No, Andre, that's no. What do you?
Andre, we don't care. Leave us alone.
We know you do, you son of a gun.
He is a son of a James gun.
Exactly, Droga. There you go, Droga. Relax, Andre. Relax, bro. We ain't talking about the damn Peacemaker, man. Talking about Andor, man. That fire ass, Star Wars show that's on Disney Plus. That's killing it for me right now. Hold on, let's see what we got. All right, and what do you think?
I'm just going with the beat.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And pretty much what we got here is the final topic I had to talk about. I don't know if you guys had anything else, but Henry Cavill has returned. Yes, obviously we saw.
Oh man, are we not going to talk about the Marvel trailer? I'm kidding. Go ahead.
The what now? What?
The Marvel trailers. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Oh no! You know what? I'll save this for a couple minutes. I did because I saw.
You mean the parody of Spy Kids 3D?
What?
I mean, tell me.
I don't think
tell me you watched the trailer and didn't think of Spy Kids 3D. Look, tell me.
I don't
look into my face.
Okay,
and
it looks like Spy Kids 3D done better. Okay,
let me get this
I
up
said
because
it.
I watched the trailer at work when it came out, and I was like, okay. It wasn't terrible. I didn't think it was terrible. I was like, okay. Obviously, they showed Kang, and I'm like, yo, Jonathan Majors, hey, you know what I'm saying? But let's see. Let's get this up, man, because
he was shown in the new trailer for Creed 3, and he's looking ripped in that one.
Oh, yo, both of them dudes is looking like they lived in the gym the entire time. But all right, hold on. Let me get this. All right.
But no, I saw the Spy Kids comparison, and I was just like,
I can't unsee it.
Can't unsee it. You can't. I think even Paramount even made a fucking joke about it. Like the verified Paramount account made a fucking joke about it.
Wait a minute. Did I see that? I think I did see it. All right. So anyway, here we go. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania trailer dropped earlier this week. It kind of got clapped on by, some Henry News and shit. But here we go, man.
They dropped the same day. Like they literally dropped the same day within minutes of each other.
Yeah,
they did. This trailer and Henry's return.
They're like, oh crap, we gotta beat him.
Yeah, so here we go.
Hopefully,
y'all hear that?
Nope.
You can't hear it?
Nope.
Uh-oh. Hold up.
You lose.
My bad.
Good day, sir.
Oh yeah.
Good day, sir.
I had the screen share from earlier. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go, y'all. Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer. Here we go. Y'all hear that?
Yep. I used to ask myself a lot of questions. Scott, you're an ex-con. How are you an Avenger? That doesn't make sense. But everywhere I go, people tell me the same thing.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
People still need help, Dad. That's why we made this. Like a satellite for deep space, but quantum.
Wait a minute. You're sending a signal down to the quantum realm.
Yes.
Turn it off. Now!
I think it's funny how all these trailers for superhero movies now just have a remixed version of a popular song.
Yeah.
Specifically the Marvel movies.
I should have stayed on the phone. I should have listened to my own mind.
It's a secret universe beneath ours. What are you so afraid of? There's something I never told you.
Something about a conqueror?
Seems like an important detail to leave out.
Oh, I find inside of my future lies beyond the other regret.
Oh, fuck Bill
I
Murray.
can get you hope. And give you more time. If you help me. So, what's it gonna be? Batman.
Kang's the main reason I watch this movie.
You guys have no fucking clue how excited I am for this movie. Kang the Conqueror is one of my favorite, if not maybe he's one of my favorite Marvel villains of all time. The fact Jonathan Majors is playing this character has me absolutely giddier than a child in a candy store. This movie looks fucking amazing. I don't give a damn how bad Ant-Man and the Wasp was. This movie looks fucking incredible. I am here for it. I can't wait for it. Kang looks perfect. Oh my god, this is my most anticipated Marvel flick of Phase 5, without question, followed by, wait for it, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Bet y'all weren't expecting that one.
and kind of slight little off topic. Remind me why people are upset with Bill Murray. I know people are like angry with him. What happened?
Bill
there?
Murray is in the trades recently and for some not fun stuff.
I hadn't seen anything. I don't know what it is.
Some very serious misconduct allegations, specifically from Gina Davis, a couple other people too. But yeah, Bill Murray is just in some real hot water right now.
I guess I can't really be surprised. Bill Murray's
they battling back and forth. Okay.
Yeah, no, like Kang looks great. I'm excited to see what they do with that. I kind of think this movie visually will be an interesting viewing experience, kind of like the same as Eternals was with the VFX. Yeah, should be interesting. I know nothing about the quantum realm as far as the comics is concerned. I only know what the Marvel movies have shown. So, like, I'm interested to see what they do with that.
Nice. Same here. I thought the trailer looked pretty good. And look, I'm a major fan. And he looked good, man. And I'm sure they're going to have the class. I mean, you saw him floating down looking fucking fire. So he's the new big bad for whatever, I guess, this phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm here for that. So let's go, man. When does this come out?
February 17th.
Okay, February 17th. Good. Hey, that's a for us, as far as being DC movie fans, there's a gap in there, obviously, because you have Black Adam, and then Shazam is not coming out till
March
after that. So there you have it. So we have this little thing in there where Phil can go see Avatar: The Way of Water.
No. That's a negative, Ghost Rider.
I knew he was gonna say that. But so we have this, and look, man, when they announced all these movies, you remember a couple years ago when they put all these things on the board, even just recently where they did it, I think earlier this year when they had all these movies up here. It's good to finally see some visuals to go with it, and I think it's gonna be good, man. I think it's gonna be good. The first Ant-Man was fire to me. I loved it. I loved the comedy in it. I loved it was just put together very well. Whether you're talking about Pena or you're talking about T.I. being in it or whoever that was in this movie, they all kind of made a great contribution to like the movie itself. The first Ant-Man, the second one, you can say which one. There's a lot of stuff, and I was like, and look, man. They knew what they were doing because there's a couple movies, and I always say this, that came out between Infinity War and Endgame that you're going to get box office because people want to know how you're going to tie in, right?
Right.
So, like, literally, as I'm watching Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'm watching the movie, but a lot of it, I was like, what's going to be the credit scene? Let me see. Obviously, we saw what it was. Wasn't that grand of a thing, but
I don't even remember what that credit scene was.
It was just they sent
Scott into the quantum realm, and then they just
dusted. Oh, that's right.
That's right. They dusted. Yeah. So and that's another. It's just like, and those might be a soft spot for some folk. I didn't like Captain Marvel that much at all.
Nope.
And the best part of that entire movie was the post-credit scene when she steps in there with the little thing. And that
really, you think so?
I like the credit scene from Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
I didn't like the movie.
I like the scrolls.
They were all right. Overall, for me, that movie didn't do it.
I don't understand why he had an Australian accent. I mean, what was that all about?
I don't know. I didn't write the fucking movie.
The land down under is the land of the scrolls, apparently.
They're going to be in Secret Invasion, so you better get used to it, Chuck.
Great. Emily Blunt saying "sush" on that. What does that mean? I don't know what I mean. Anyway,
Marcus
so yes,
and RJ are having it out in regards.
Okay,
to Richards.
Yeah, that's cool.
But apparently, Adam Driver met with Marvel Studios.
Yes,
that's
I
the
did
rumor
see
floating around.
Something
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, look, man, Adam Driver's a fire actor. He's a fire actor.
Yeah, people are saying like one hand Reed Richards, another hand Doctor Doom, and I'm like, well, if he's fucking Doctor Doom, that's basically Kylo Ren Redux. I don't think he's game for that. Reed Richards, on the other hand, would be a very inspired choice because I don't think anyone's ever seen him be. I mean, he's got the calculated nature of Reed Richards down. Definitely, I'd be intrigued to see how he pulled that off if that panned out to be the case. But
also you have to cut that hair.
Yeah,
I do think if he did get cast as Doctor Doom, it would be repetitive of Kylo Ren, but at the same time, he'd still kill it.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he would. But what I saw something earlier, damn it, and it's you know how it is. You're on your phone throughout the day and you just run past stuff. Some stuff I remember, I'll send it to my email to bring up on the show or whatever. Some stuff I just like, oh shit, and I just keep scrolling. I did see where somebody was saying that Doctor Doom won't be the main villain in the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, that's from Jeff Snyder. He's peddling some shit on the
okay.
So if it's show. I mean, it's a fucking no-brainer thing.
Yeah,
like they've done Doctor Doom like 3 times now. Why would they do it again? It doesn't make any logical sense. There's a ton of other villains to use for the Fantastic Four. He's basically putting out free bullshit. So
yeah,
fuck.
Cool.
If he's right, he's right. Fucking good for him.
Yeah, but him as Mr. Fantastic is dope. I do like the idea of like literally. I would like to see him with the haircut, like and the
the gray hair.
The little highlights here, and I think it would be dope. And also, we already know he's a look. I would say this: whenever you've seen Adam Driver in, if you never seen him in The Wedding or the
Marriage Story,
The Marriage Story, woo!
Is that the one where he's with Scarlett Johansson?
Yes.
Yep.
You're talking about acting, bro. That is both of them. Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver. That's some of the best acting I've seen.
Well, he's also in Logan Lucky. He's in Black Klansman. Dude has a lot of range.
Oh, he was killing. He got nominated for didn't he get nominated for an Oscar for Black Klansman?
It was either him or John David Washington. One of they both might. I honestly don't recall.
Him and Logan Lucky is hilarious.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, he's a great. He's great. So if he is Mr. Fantastic, if he Dr. Doom, I don't really like. Let me see him. Let me see what he does because he's he puts that shit out there, man. Yo, where were we at before we watched this trailer? Oh, Henry Cavill. Yeah, that's right.
I will say whoever gets cast as Reed Richards, the internet will have one collective cry of cheer or one collective shit fit. I honestly don't know.
I still want it to be John Krasinski.
I think that's a possibility.
I would love it to be John Krasinski.
Billy Crudup.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. He looks like him.
Yeah. No, Billy Crudup's a fire actor. So
Charlie Hunnam will.
I mean, before the Henry Cavill announcement, I would have said him too, but
yeah.
yeah.
So real quick before we get to the bigger Henry Cavill stuff, I did see this earlier, probably an hour and a half before we went live. This dropped right here. Henry Cavill and Isaac Gonzalez to lead Guy Ritchie World War II action spy pick, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which sounds a lot like some other shit. What's the other
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
No. The other Guy Ritchie film that Henry was in. With Army Hammer,
Man from Uncle.
Yes, there you go. So basically, but this is interesting. This is a very I've never read these books or anything, but this is interesting because it says the splashiest launch of AFM. Don't know what AFM is. So far, Guy Ritchie and Top Gun Maverick producer Jerry Bruckheimer have enlisted Superman Henry Cavill and Baby Driver star Isaac Gonzalez to lead their World War II action spy movie, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. This is what got me with it when I read it. It said, which Black Bear International has arranged financing on and is launching for world sales. Sherlock Holmes, an Aladdin filmmaker, Ritchie, will direct his next film, with the project lining up a January start date in Turkey. The movie, inspired by real events, will chart UK Prime Minister Winston Churchill's and James Bond scribe Ian Fleming's secret World War II combat organization, the clandestine squad's unconventional and entirely ungentlemanly fighting techniques against the Nazis that helped change the course of the war, and in part gave birth to the modern Black Ops unit, which is, some army shit. This project was initially in development at Paramount through Bruckheimer's first look deal, but the studio will not be distributing the film. And we understand that Black Bears is in active discussions regarding U.S. distribution and international deals. This will most likely be the biggest big budget project on sale at next week's AFM. What is AFM? I feel like an asshole because I don't know what AFM is. American Film something? I don't know what it is.
I don't know. American Film.
It's some kind of the script by Ritchie and Arash Amel Rise is based on war correspondent and military historian Damon Lewison's popular book with the same name. So obviously, Henry out here getting that work, man. You know what I'm saying? It is. I'm pretty sure that this probably was in talks before the announcement this week, but since the announcement, they're like, yo, let's go ahead and throw it out there. Let's hang on these pigtails of Superman being back in the fold or whatever. And obviously, look, The Man from Uncle is fire. I do love that movie. I think it's very enjoyable. And this cast right here, along with Jerry Bruckheimer, and damn it, what the fuck is his name? Guy Ritchie right here. Looks like it might be good, man. Looks like it might be good.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's the best trying to read age wise with her. Maybe, man. Maybe. Yeah. Cavill keeps staying booked and busy, man. That's This is dope news to hear, man. It's dope news to hear that he's still out here doing his thing, man. So, don't know if he's going to shave that or if there's going to be some type of stipulations that he can't
have another mustache gate.
Have
that
for sure, for sure. But what I did want to bring up in conjunction with that, with the Henry Cavill stuff, man, was this. This was from let's see. Okay, pause this shit. Don't know where it is originally, but I do know that Real Emotion put this out the other day when Henry Cavill had his live talk with where he discussed Superman and stuff like that, man. So I'll skip through this and we'll listen.
Who's to say that I can?
Well,
some
this focus group does say that you can.
Confidence going forward. I think the funny thing is that you're always going to question your own ability and your own self. I think regardless of what you do and regardless of what you've achieved, unless you're completely mad. And I think that's a healthy thing because it keeps you disciplined and it keeps you honest.
No, I always say, this is something that comes up a lot on the podcast, is like, I don't trust the folks that are just too comfortable in their own skin, too confident, too complacent.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with them.
Yeah.
I'm damaged. You better be a little damaged too. But no, it does keep you sharp.
It does. Yeah, absolutely. And I think some confidence is good, but complacency and arrogance that's a trap.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about little Henry. It's hard to imagine Henry Cavill was once a little smaller than he was when he is here today. You told me before you called yourself an emotional kid.
Yep.
How did that manifest? And you were one of 4 boys.
5. Yeah.
5? Oh,
yeah,
4
1 of 5.
brothers.
Yeah, I was number 4.
Sorry.
Okay.
4 or 5.
Hey, man.
Boarding school. I don't know. Was
Henry
it all
got
male
little hands,
boarding
bro.
school? Or?
All male apart from
His hands a little, bro.
He does.
that school.
So,
Imagine him shaking hands with Dwayne
when you're a
Johnson.
small teenager surrounded by a lot of testosterone and aggression and whatever. How did that fuel you? How did you handle that?
I mean, I was no stranger to testosterone and aggression, having grown up in a family full of 5 boys.
Every time he
Lots
brings
of
his
fighting
hands,
and
I'm
lots
like,
of, I mean, there was lots of fighting, so much so that there was,
You were about to sugarcoat and you're like, no,
Yeah.
there was a lot of
yeah,
fighting.
a lot of fighting, so much so that there was a rule that no punching in the face.
Oh,
Yeah, punch anywhere else.
right. Well,
And yeah, even then, but if you did that, you were asking for, that's the line and draw in the sand. It's like, okay, cool. So now dick punches are okay.
can we adopt that same rule in our relationship, by the way?
But face punches.
What?
What?
What on earth is that?
There's now a problem.
Notice the crowd went kind of quiet.
Is what Henry to punch him in his jump? What is going on now?
Dick punches are okay.
Heart wasn't the problem. I think I was just very homesick. I didn't realize how homesick I was going to be.
Let me see if I can find where he's talking about
boarding school, rather full boarding school. And I had
He's Superman now. It's okay.
Oh yeah, he just said he was a chubby kid when he was in.
Yeah.
Man, now I can't unsee the
kid
smallness of his hands.
Yo, dude. I can't.
I mean, I've heard. Oh, yeah.
So I also had ambitions to be, because I was head of my school, head boy.
Anthony, you ruined my life.
And I wanted to be head boy at this school. I wanted to be on my CV so I could go to a great university and maybe join the armed forces.
All right, so I will skip through this. I'm trying to find.
Probably, I forget how long the exams were, but you'd have the thing.
Yeah.
And so go for it. Like, give it your best shot, take a swing at it. And if it doesn't work, then you can always go finish your A-levels. And that was 22 years ago now.
Amazing. So let's
wow.
Let's reflect briefly on some of the famous near misses. This wasn't even like a real near miss, but Stephanie Meyer famously wanted was like her dream casting to play Edward Cullen.
Yeah.
You know this?
But she lost to Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
But you didn't even have a meeting or anything. Did you only learn that after the fact, like years later? Like, did you know that like she had this in mind? And when the movie came out, were you like, Pattinson? Like, how did you feel?
Yeah, since it's a Batman rivalries. No, not at all, because I didn't know about the movie. I didn't know about them wanting to cast me. Right. And the internet wasn't quite the tool that it is now.
Right.
And so, yeah, I only found it afterwards, and I was like, oh, okay, that would have been cool. But
you were up, speaking of Pattinson, you were up for his role in Harry Potter, though.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, I definitely auditioned for that one. And did not get it.
I was going to ask.
It was almost Cedric Diggory. Yeah.
I mean, the audition may have gone well. It may have gone terribly. I'm sure someone out there has footage which hopefully is locked away, will never be seen. But yeah, I didn't get it. It wasn't right. I think I was. How old is Robert?
He's probably
A couple years younger than him.
Maybe a couple years younger.
Okay, I think a couple of years younger at that time, though, is a big difference.
Right.
I think I was probably. Might be 19.
Oh, his hand, look how little.
And that means playing.
Damn it.
Dang it.
Well, it used to anyway.
It's got to be some like weird camera angle going on. Like this.
Yes, that's what
you
I thought
famously
too,
were very
man.
much in the running for James Bond
Yes.
way back when.
Oh, this is dope. I
was
love
that
this.
something again? Like that must be so intimidating. Like just to get that opportunity. Did you?
This
feel
is
at the time
dope.
you were
I love
close?
this.
They told me I was close. Yeah.
And yes.
They told me it was ultimately down to, and this is what I've been told. Right. There's someone out there is like, that's not true. I was there too. It was just down to me and Daniel. And
wow, you got really close.
I was the youngest. And
he did.
And I think, yeah, they obviously went with Daniel, and I think it was an amazing choice to go with Daniel. I probably wasn't ready at the time, and yeah, I think Daniel did an incredible job over the past movie. So I'm happy they made that choice. It was a fun adventure at the time, and definitely gave me a boost to my career. That was the key element of it. I was getting a lot of auditions, which I went to, which went really, really well. And the casting director and the producer would call me and say, "You were the best person who came in the room. We love you."
Mad small, bro.
You're not named. So
when he just scratched his
that
neck,
like
I was like,
email, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah. By the way,
Dot.
And you hear that enough times. Just like,
Look at my hands. Like my hands aren't like massive, but like I'm sitting here like
terrible. But then once I screen tested,
Henry Cavill, do me a favor, put your hand over your face. See how it goes.
Then it was
terrible.
Okay, this guy might carry some kind of name now, and so it started to help things build a bit more.
The producers of Bond now say they're looking for an actor in their 30s. How old?
I haven't got much time.
I was going to say, how old are you, Henry?
I am
39.
We did it. We're doing it.
Yeah.
all right, hold on, let's see.
Previous iteration had auditions.
Yes.
So when you met him for Man of Steel, did you have a different take? Did you walk into that room feeling like you had an approach?
No different from, and it wasn't like I was doing the same or different from before. Sorry, I keep on leaning backwards and forwards. I'm in the wrong sort of,
good.
Ruin everyone's ears.
Look into my eyes.
This is a good ass fucking interview, man. I love it.
It's either you definitely do or you definitely don't. Because the script was so different and the story was so different from one to the other, that it was very unique. The one similarity was Laura Kennedy, the casting director, and I know that I was out of a bunch one of her favorites, and I think when it came out again, she was like, "Okay, right, now let's do this time."
Right.
And so I had my foot in the door a little bit. So it was very lucky. And here we are. 400 years later.
Well, no. You've said some very nice things about, of course, Zack Snyder, who's meant so much to your career.
Bunch of Zack fans in the crowd. Somebody was like, restore the Snyderverse.
He obviously remains an ardent fan of yours.
Yep.
Little surprise for you, Henry. I reached out to Zack, and he sent something in.
Uh-oh.
Let's look at a message from Zack Snyder.
This is absolutely incredible, y'all.
Wow.
Hey.
Henry, I have a question.
Dawson, you gonna be there.
We first did
For real.
and we were doing the flying shots for the first time, and we put you in the belly pan or on the wires. I can't remember which we did first.
I was just casually showing the set in the background.
Odd to be, just there in front of green screen, doing your flying, shots, with us just touching the camera, and you having to act like you're flying, but before you had ever seen what it might look like or what it might feel like. How was that? Was that odd, and did you expect it to turn out the way it did? So that's my question. I can't wait to work with you in the future, and you are, of course, the greatest Superman ever.
Nice.
Indeed. That shit was
I love what he
fire.
says here.
He's a lovely man. I'm enormously appreciative of everything he's done for me, especially by casting me in Man of Steel. Those are formative memories of mine, career-wise. It was when everything changed, and I remember them fondly. I remember fondly hanging above fields It was Illinois, and just outside of Plano. Amazing memories and a lot to be thankful for. So, Zach, if you're watching on one of these many cameras, thank you, my friend.
Just to clarify for the future, because the folks will kill me if I don't ask like a specific question.
I do enjoy this question.
Is there a specific plan? Is there a script or a director or a story? Or are we at the stage where we're figuring out what the next Superman story is?
Right now, I can't share any information. Okay. I know. If I'm going to be a good partner to everyone, then I have to be able to keep the secrets when the secrets are necessary. So right now I can't share anything. But in time, I'll be able to share, and everyone will hear all the exciting things to come.
Fair enough. And I know I'll speak for the entire audience. We're thrilled you're back. We love the cameos. We want Man of Steel 2. We want.
Hey!
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
He's a shit.
All these franchises wasn't enough. What you did in Mission Impossible Fallout was just so.
Oh, this was a fun bit to learn. That this
was inspired. It was. Hold on. Yeah, let's go ahead.
Ordinary, because they are always coming up with creative ideas, and they'll have meetings about stuff and say, "What if this happens instead of that?" And they'll go, "Oh, that's a really good idea, but that means we have to change all of this." And they go, "We love this, so let's change all of that."
Wow.
And it did become very much sides the night before and sometimes the day of, which is becoming more and more usual these days.
Right. I mean, if you can pull it off, if you have the right people, great.
Absolutely.
If you're McHugh and Tom Cruise.
Yes. and they are so good at what they do. If I could work with any of them again for the rest of my career, I would. Yeah. There was no sense of, I'm not too sure how it's going to turn out with McHugh. You always knew that he knew what he was doing. He had a plan, and he's exceptional. He's really good.
Can we just revel in one of the greatest moments in cinematic history from Fallout? Let's take a look at this. This is on a loop. This is on a loop. This is not an actual scene. This is a moment from a scene. Let's just watch this moment over and over again together.
I've seen so many conversations about this on Reddit.
Yo, he'd be on Reddit, bro.
For real, yeah.
My shirt and grow a beard.
Yeah. That's how much testosterone.
Yo, I didn't notice that till he said that.
All right.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I saw when I watched it the other day. I was like, "Yo!"
Except, what was in the script? Was there any directive like pump your arms like they're guns? Like, is that an improv? What is that?
No, there was nothing like that. It was actually because it was a rather intense fight scene. We'd actually been shooting it for about 3 weeks at that stage, which is a long time.
In the bathroom, that's just dope as fuck.
You get a day,
right?
And everything starts to get quite sore after a while because it's a lot of repetitive motion. And the tendons in the connective tendons in my biceps were getting sore, and so I had to warm them up before I threw punches. And I'd literally do that to warm them up, and I did it once, and I thought, oh god, that probably looked really stupid. I can't believe I did that. and I said, oh sorry, McKee, I won't do that again. He's like, do what? Okay, whatever. Let's go again. And then I did another take without doing it. He's like, why didn't you do that thing? And I was like, that was good. He said, yes, definitely do that. And so we did, and
cinematic history is born.
Yeah.
All right, that's
what part of the interview did someone yell "Restore the Snyderverse"?
I can't remember. It's somebody yelled it in the background. It's like they acknowledge it, or Henry does for sure, but damn, I can't remember where it is. So the only reason I remember it is because somebody clipped it and posted it on Twitter, like just a little piece. So I can't tell exactly where it's at. But look, I'll put the link to this interview down in the chat, man. It's good, man. It's a good interview, man. look, man, he's returning, and I'm happy, man. I said it before.
How can you not be happy?
Yeah, I said it before, and it's just one of those things where like I don't care what his suit looks like. I don't care about the music, bro. He was just there, man. And although I did see the scene before I went and saw the movie Black Adam last weekend, when I did see the actual scene, it was pretty fucking dope. And like I said, my son didn't know what was happening. That made it good for me since I know what was happening. But for him, he was just like, oh shit. Like on our way there, he asked about it. He's like, oh man, I heard Henry might be here, man. You think he is? I didn't say anything. I was just like,
I don't know, man.
I was just like, and then we got there, he saw it, and he was pretty fucking hype about that shit because he's a big Man of Steel fan and stuff of that nature. So that was that was cool to just get his reaction from that. But like I said, let's see if I can get the link and put this in here if you all want to watch the entire thing. I don't know if this is the entire thing. I know that it kind of starts as things are shown.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, that's the show, y'all. Just want to talk about Henry coming back, man, for a little bit. Talk about some of the other stuff we did tonight. What is it?
I love how Zach in that clip is just like flying around.
Oh, dude,
the camera.
Yo, once again, matter of fact, before we bounce out of here, Dawson has some exciting stuff going on in the next, about the next couple. I won't say couple days. I say the next week. Yes, the next week, man. So, Dawson, obviously, if you didn't know, you should by now. There was a contest for Rebel Moon, and it was, create a character, put your art out there, and there's going to be some people chosen. They'll get to go visit the set of Rebel Moon and things of that nature. And Dawson's was one of them, man. Made a pretty fire piece of art. And Dawson is going to be on his way. So tell us, Dawson, what's the journey looking like so far?
Yeah. So basically today I actually got some things that I needed to sign. Obviously there will be some things that I won't be able to talk about for a while.
Yeah.
There's it's just fun to see all like the different things, like, oh, on the set you'll be able to do this and this, but you'll be limited in this way because of secrecy. Is like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. That's so exciting. You're just like, I don't care.
Like, I don't care if I have to keep the secret. But I fly out there on Tuesday.
Nice.
And so I'll get to LA around noon, just because like the time difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's noon real time, by the way.
It's in the past, but okay, go ahead.
In the past. You're where the sun sets. I live where the day begins. Anyway, good old Shanghai noon reference for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I fly out there on Tuesday and get there around noon. I'll have, I believe, the whole afternoon to myself, and I have my friends out there that I haven't seen in a while. Some friends that have actually had kids since I've seen them, which was pretty cool to see them.
Oh, nice.
Meet their kids. And on Wednesday, we'll go and visit the set. Don't know the exact itinerary of that yet, and even if I did, I don't know if I'd be able to say. Just of course going to the set and all that stuff, and then Thursday, I'll be flown back home, and they're actually providing a driving service to pick me up at my house, drive me to the airport, which is like 2.5, 3 hours away from me.
Wow.
And they're picking me up. I have to fly out at 7 a.m. So I'm glad that they're having someone pick me up. That way I don't have to drive myself in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Then they'll have someone pick me up at LAX, drive me to my hotel, which they're putting us up in hotels, like free of charge. And then they'll have someone drive me back home from the Richmond airport. And so it's going to be really awesome. I'm really excited. Hopefully I'll be able to see plenty of people there. Hopefully we'll be able to meet, the man himself, Zach. I'm pretty sure we will.
Yeah.
And if we do, I have a plan to give him a little sticky note sketch.
Yeah, I saw that, man. That's dope, man.
Courtesy of a DJW art. I was originally planning on doing like a portrait of him. I was like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't know how he'd feel like someone giving like a portrait of himself. I don't know how comfortable I'd be like, here's a picture I drew of you. Like, no. And I figured a symbol that'll
do. He'll love that. I'm sure he'll love that.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff going on. It's been stressful getting it all put together and figured out, but I'm very, very excited.
Should be.
Yeah.
They're even like giving us like loaned phones to take pictures with on the set,
which is dope.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Hey man, enjoy it, man. This is it's like once in a lifetime type shit, man. It's it,
right?
You know what I mean? And yeah, I look forward to hearing your tales of what happened when you were there, because I'm sure it's going to be fire. Aaron's going too, right? Yeah.
Aaron Bailey's going.
Yeah, Aaron, yep.
I believe he's the only other artist that I know of, at least to some extent, that's going.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's very exciting. I did the redesign for my character Ruthar. That's available on my website. I'll have the initial design on my website after the visit. If you want to go check that out.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very stoked to see.
Yeah, here's something, because your design is a lot different from a lot of the other ones I saw. The finalists that made it there, it's more natural than a lot of the other ones I saw, which were, like Aaron Bailey's shit was fire, but like it's sort of the way he does his art. Yours looks more, it's drawn, you know what I'm saying? So like that has a you know what I mean? Like for me personally, just looking at the two, you know what I mean? It has a bit more for me likability, just because like it's literally fucking a natural from scratch, like drawing.
And also we know, no discredit to Aaron, like what he does is different skills.
No, No, Aaron shit's fire, dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But so hopefully we get this, I'm sure you're gonna tell us everything about what happens or whatever that you can, because the movie's still a ways off. I'm sure they're gonna
like to your point about the design too, is that I feel like most of the other like artists went more in the sci-fi direction, which is great and cool.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw like, oh, this is inspired by Seven Samurai, I have to implement a samurai. I had to. And I just love the way that it turned out. And again, I didn't anticipate entering the contest. I saw the post from Zack Snyder about it, and I was like, cool. I haven't cared about art contests in the past. I haven't had the best experience with them. So I was like, I'm probably not going to do it.
This one.
Finally someone talked me into it, and I was like, okay, fine. I guess I'll enter this thing. And ended up making it, which was awesome. So much appreciate everybody that voted.
Yeah, man. Sure. So enjoy it, man. I mean, I don't know if you're going to be on anything as far as streaming and shit before you leave, but hey, good luck, man. This is from me to you, straight up. Good luck. I know you're gonna enjoy it. I don't want to say I hope you enjoy it. It's gonna be fire, dude.
It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
You get to meet the man himself, which I did see some pics earlier, man. Shiraz and them got to go out there too, man, and Fatma and them got to go meet him and stuff. They had some set visits or whatever. So I don't know what those were for. I just know that they were out there. Also, make sure you take a picture. Did you see Shiraz's picture with Zach?
Yeah, I did.
I think so. You might have to remember what it was.
They were probably doing like regular set visits that all the journalists get to do before the movie's even released.
Let me see if hold on. Let me, because
with a height difference.
The funny thing it was funny to me just because of that, and I was like, yo, Zach might be a shorter cat, man.
I anticipate being by far the tallest
person. Oh no, I know you will, but you're taller than I am, so I know you're gonna be the taller person.
Yeah, I'm gonna like stand out like a sore thumb. I'm gonna be like a tree among bushels. And that's no offense to like shorter people. Like that's just the fact of my life right now, is that everywhere I go, like, because I'm at home a lot of the time and I forget how tall I am. Like for those who don't know back home, like viewing the stream, I'm 6'5".
Yep.
I'm 6'5", over 220 pounds. Like I'm a big guy.
So this is Shiraz and Fatma with Zach. Shiraz, tall dude, man.
Yeah.
How tall is he? Do we know how tall?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Somebody asked. Wait a minute. Somebody asked in the chat. I can't remember who said it. It's like, yo, dude, how tall are you? You're taller than Zach. So I don't know what
someone said he's tall AF. That's what it was.
Yeah, tall as fuck. But yeah, no, good picture though. So yo, I look forward to seeing your pics looking similar. You know what I'm saying? To get in there, get yourself a picture with the man. Hopefully get to meet Debbie and stuff. I'm sure they'll all be there for you to meet.
And another hope that I have, besides all the set visit stuff, is I hope I get to eat Persian food while I'm there. Ooh. I haven't had Persian food, or real good Persian food, since I left LA. And I freaking love Persian food. I want to go to this restaurant called Shamshiri. which is on Westwood in like Persian Square.
Yeah.
If I can, I want to freaking go there.
You're gonna smash it all up.
Dude. Freaking naan bread and Shirazi salad. My gosh. And lamb kebab. Dude. Sign me up.
Cool.
Hey.
Yeah, man.
Sounds cool.
Don't give me that sass, Phil.
I'm not being sassy. I'm just saying it sounds cool.
All right. So yeah, yo, appreciate everybody stopping through. That's the show, man. Just want to talk about a few things. You know what I'm saying? A few things. And send Dawson off with some good luck. For,
by the way, Droga, my wife's 5'10".
Wow, she's tall as me.
You said Dawson likes short girls. What is that?
Well, 5'10" is short to him, so
yeah. Like I said, Dawson's taller than I am, so yeah. But anyway, appreciate everybody who came through to watch. Dawson, Phil, as always, man, I appreciate you guys coming through to talk about some topics. There's a couple that came out this week, and you know how we do, man. Come on here on Friday and just chit chat about a few things. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing just a little bit of your experience next week as you get to travel to the set of Rebel Moon, which you know what I'm saying. Hey. Ask him something. Ask him when he thinks a trailer might be coming. Don't make it a big deal. Just say, hey, thinking about a trailer, Zach. Like and maybe he might give you a general idea of when we can expect to just get fucking.
He'll just like tell me everything. It's like, yeah, it's gonna come out on this date. The trailers are gonna come on this day, the first and second trailer, and then it's gonna be available in these kind of theaters. Here's tickets.
All right, y'all. But anyway, see y'all. Peace out. Appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for coming on for sure. And ACS Universe.
Much love.